All right, let's just jump right in. Today, we're talking about something kind of funny, the hidden power in things we spend most of our time trying to avoid. Seriously, we're going to uncover how one of the most dismissed feelings we have might actually be a secret gateway to, figuring ourselves out a little better.
Just let that sink in for a minute. The quietest door can still open into a hurricane. I mean, this idea is pretty much the core of what we're digging into today. It's this thought that things that seem small, harmless, totally unimportant, could actually hold a crazy amount of power. So what if the things we just gloss over are the very things that end up shaping us the most? And that brings us to this word, innocuous. It's the perfect way to describe it, right? Not likely to bother anyone, harmless. A quiet door, totally innocuous. A passing comment you barely register, seems harmless. But behind these simple, quiet things can lie some seriously profound transformation. And we're about to look at maybe the most innocuous state of being there is. So that brings us right here to the hidden gift of boredom. Yep, you heard me. Boredom. That feeling we all run from like our hair's on fire. It might just be the key to unlocking who we really are. I know, it sounds a little out there, right? But stick with me. Let's explore this. So, I've got a question for you, and I want you to really think about it. What's something that people, or hey, maybe even you, just completely dismiss, write it off as useless or annoying? Is there something you think holds a deeper value that almost nobody sees? Well, the big one we're zeroing in on today is boredom. We treat it like it's a problem that needs to be fixed, like right now. The second we feel it, we grab our phones, we flick on the TV, we do absolutely anything to make it go away. But what if we're running from the one thing we actually need the most? And check out this way of thinking about it. Boredom as a vortex. It's this powerful vacuum that desperately, frantically tries to suck in interesting moments to fill this void. Your mind is basically screaming for something, anything to stimulate it. But here's the secret sauce. If you can just resist, if you can stop yourself from immediately filling that void with all the external noise, something absolutely incredible happens. The void, it starts to get filled from the inside by your own true, deep down desires. Okay, but let's be real. Just sitting with that vortex, it's harder now than it has ever been. And why is that? Well, because we are in a constant, non-stop battle for our own attention. And that battle is pretty much the biggest obstacle to this whole self-discovery thing. Just look at this breakdown here. It really puts it into perspective. On one side, you've got the interesting stuff the media throws at us. It's all external, it's loud, and honestly, it's super fleeting. It's a version of interesting that's been defined for you. Now look at the other side, your own intrinsic desire. That stuff is internal, it's quiet, and it lasts. It's something you have to actually discover for yourself. See how they're basically polar opposites? They're in a direct fight for your headspace. And here's the kicker. This is not a fair fight, not even close. We're being bombarded 24/7 with content that is scientifically designed to fill that vortex for us. And over time, that constant stream of stuff, it just wears us down. Pushing back against it isn't something that just happens. It takes real, active, conscious willpower every single day. So, okay, if it's this huge uphill battle, how do we even start to fight back? Is it hopeless? Not at all. There is a path forward. And look, it's not about, deleting all your social media or running off to a cabin in the woods, unless that's your thing. It's really about building a stronger internal world. It really comes down to these 3 steps. First up, recognition. You just have to acknowledge it. The lure of media, of distraction, it's not going anywhere. It's going to be there. That's step 1. Second, earnest desire. This can't be just that's a neat idea kind of thing. You have to really cultivate a deep, genuine want to find out what's true for you on the inside. And finally, number 3, strengthen principles. You take that desire, that want, and you use it to build a personal foundation, your core beliefs, your values, that's strong enough to act like the shield against all that noise from the outside. And really, when you boil it all down, it comes to this. The whole point isn't to get rid of the noise. That's impossible. The goal is to make your own signal, the one coming from inside you, way more powerful. Your desire to connect with who you really are just has to be stronger than the pull of that endless scroll. That's it. And this is so important to remember. This isn't some destination you just arrive at one day. It's not a one and done kind of deal. You have to see this as a journey, a continuous, lifelong practice of coming back to yourself over and over again, of checking in with that quiet space inside. And think about it like this. A small charge for a brilliant light. All that effort it takes to resist the distraction, to just sit with your boredom for a bit, that's the small charge. It's like putting energy into a tiny battery. But the result of that effort, that's the brilliant light. It's this profound sense of clarity, of purpose, of self-knowledge. I mean, the return on that investment is just, it's massive. And this whole thing goes way beyond just, being a little more productive or creative. So, hey, those are awesome side effects. The core idea here is that this might be one of the most worthwhile things we can ever do. This constant, gentle push to connect with our inner selves, that's a journey that can give meaning to our entire lives for the rest of our lives. So we're going to end right back where we started. But now, the question is for you. We all have these quiet, innocuous-looking doors in our lives. And that feeling of boredom, that's one of them. So what happens if you stop just walking past it? What kind of hurricane of self-discovery is waiting for you on the other side? What quiet door are you going to choose to open?